Hi, my name is Michelle Bentz, and I am the instructor for your course. The course you should be registered for is Sociology 2150, or Issues of Unity and Diversity, the online instructor pace section. If you have never taken an online course, instructor-led means that I do assign weekly due dates, and so you will need to follow along the pace that I set forth for you and submit your assignments weekly. I'd like to briefly go over just the ins and outs of how I set my course up and some ways that you can be successful. Just to start, when you first log into Web Central, off on the right-hand side of your screen, you should have a tab up on the top here that states My Courses. When you click on your My Course tab, you will then have a link to Sociology 2150 DCW D1. So once you log in, you'll have a tab at the top of your screen that says this course. You click on the tab, and then this screen that you're looking at right now will be what you should see on your course home screen for this course. As I mentioned, this is instructor-led, so you need to always, when you log in, check your due dates of when the course starts and when the course ends and how long I will be accepting work. I do always have an end of course date, which I won't accept any work past that due date, so please be sure to check my course announcements, which are always listed at the top of the screen under course or instructor announcements. I usually post something weekly to give you any updates, maybe a recap of a lecture, or maybe go over an assignment. Also, if you have general questions about the class, please consider using the class questions forum. This way everyone in class can see the question that you have, and 9 times out of 10 everybody has some of the similar questions. And then others might be able to contribute and post to it as well, and then I will post back to everyone so that everyone gets the same answers. So the class questions forum is basically for everyone. Just to tell you briefly a little bit about myself, again, my name is Michelle Bentz, and I'm very informal, so please feel free to call me Michelle when you maybe email me or try to contact me. I find that just fine, or whatever you feel comfortable speaking to me about. I have 3 children, which tend to be running in and out of my screen as I'm trying to record these, so if it seems like I'm pausing frequently, that's why. My oldest, Josie, she is very busy and active in sports, and then our second oldest, she is also very busy and active in sports, and then we have our middle child, her name's Callie, and my youngest is Gunner, and they are very busy this summer, involved in lots of athletics. So just to give you a little bit about myself, and as an instructor with my online courses, I tend to grade usually the day after assignments are due. So for this course, if you look on the left-hand side of your screen, or sometimes yours is on the right-hand side if you've not docked it, you will see an activity titled Upcoming Events, and that is your calendar. Always follow your calendar, and you will see for this course, all of your assignments are actually due on Thursday nights. So it's just an easy way to remember that all activities we do Thursday nights, except for the last week. You always want to check the final dates during the last week because sometimes those fluctuate. So traditionally I will be grading on Fridays for all your course content that's due during the week. You will find a great deal of information is set up under the course information link right here, or your course overview important course documents folder. The other thing I'll mention to you, if you've never taken a class with CCC, when you first get into your course homepage, all of these are called folders or lessons, and they are traditionally usually closed. When you click on that plus button and it goes to minus, that opens the folder or the lesson. So if you get to this first page and you're not seeing all the content, don't panic. You can actually click the plus button at the top of your screen, and that opens all of your folders or lessons. Or you can go actually by lesson if you don't want to see all of that content. Be sure to read the course information right here. That gives you a little bit of overview about myself and how I grade, how you should answer discussion assignments, how you should answer some of your critical thinking assignments. So there's just a lot of detail in here. Also at the top of your page is a course syllabus. You should definitely go over that. That explains my grading rationale as well and what's going to be required of you. Then, as I mentioned, each week we will cover a lesson, and each of these lessons are contained in a folder. And what I try to do is give you some objectives of what we will cover for that content. I usually try and also give you some information on how to be successful, maybe an outline. Chapter glossary is just for your benefit. And here comes my children. Here they all come. You want to say hi to everybody? You want to say hi? This is Gunner.
Who is
Say
that?
hi. These are my students who are going to be taking my online class. This is Callie, my middle child. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. And this is actually Taryn. Taryn is not our child, but she's a friend and she's over today playing. So say hi, Taryn.
Hi.
Hi. And Josie's been banished to the basement, so she might come up a little bit later.
Why is she on Facebook?
She's just playing.
What's that?
Okay, as I mentioned to you, my kids come in and out frequently, and that's life. That's a little bit of chaos, and that's part of why I teach online classes in the summer, and it's probably part of why you're taking online classes. So, as I mentioned to you, the glossaries are just for your benefit. As you'll notice, this is a very small book for this class, and it only covers the first 6 chapters of the content we're going to go over. Eventually, once you get to the lesson on Native Americans, I will only be providing you that content from there on out. There will not be book work assigned to that. And so you'll notice basically each one of my lessons are set up the same exact way. There might be an activity that you need to read, maybe do an online activity, or then sometimes do an online discussion. I always provide you a study guide for each exam. As you'll note in the syllabus, there are 3 study guides, there are 3 exams. And then I usually try to wrap up each lesson with some things that you should definitely take note of, and maybe I try to reiterate. So if you ever have questions about any of the lessons, please don't hesitate to ask. The other thing I'll mention to you in lessons that do have a discussion post, which not all of them do, you'll notice when you click on the discussion link, just pulling it up here, I usually always post the discussion question right at the top, and then you click on the link provided by me, that's my discussion, and then within there you need to post your own reply to the discussion, as well as you need to reply to at least one other student before the next due date. If you do not post to another student's submission, you will not get the full 10 points and you will only get 5 points. As I mentioned, when you get to the content on Native Americans, this is the point in the semester where you no longer need to utilize there's Josie making an appearance in my video. You no longer need to utilize the book. You'll have covered all the content in the book. So at this point, I have provided you a lecture. You can see right here, watch lecture on Native Americans for each one of these lessons. So there's no reading to do, you just have a lecture to watch. The longest one is the first one on Native Americans, which is 45 minutes. The remainder are all 30 minutes or less. The thing I'll point out to you is I probably talk fairly fast in these recorded lectures, but you can pause them at any time and take notes. So that's basically how the flow of the course is going to go. You do have 3 exams. I mentioned to you the study guides. Those will be highly useful in prepping for those exams. I do always accept late work. If you submit something late and something happened, please let me know. Otherwise, I do accept late work. I just take a couple points off for it being late. Some important things in terms of the flow of the course, again, always follow your calendar, and that's under your upcoming events tab, and mine's on my left because I've docked it. You might have yours over here on the right. But the upcoming events always shows you basically what's coming up for the week. The other thing I'll mention to you about the lectures as well is that these are recorded in a program that we use here at the college, so you do need to download an add-on, and it will prompt you to do that if you don't already have it downloaded on your computer. It takes a few seconds to download, and then you utilize that in order to watch all of the lectures. When you click on the link to watch the lecture, it usually buffers for probably about sometimes anywhere from 10 seconds to 45 seconds, and then it starts playing right up. So don't panic if it doesn't play right away. It will eventually be coming. My email is right up here. I always answer my email within the day. I usually check email one more time before I go to bed, anywhere from 9:30 to 10:30 at night. Feel free to email me with any questions about anything. I will definitely always answer your email within a day. If you haven't heard from me within a day, then I probably didn't get it, so you might want to try and email me again. I hope you're successful in this course. It's my job and goal to hopefully have you do well. So please let me know if there's anything that I need to be aware of in order to help make you successful. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy the course, and I look forward to get to know you.